K103.7, get a late start here with your Dinner and a Show. Dennis Stacy with you, joined by Dave Bush. And in the studio, Memories of Tomorrow. We're going to be mixing in some brand new tunes for you on this hour. And we're going to mix in some of their MP3s as well. Listen in, this is Shadows by Memories of Tomorrow. K103.7, it's your Dinner and a Show. K103.7 heard for the first time here on these airwaves. That's Memories of Tomorrow with their new tune. That is Shadows. Loving the lyrics, guys, first off. Got to say that. Very obviously relative to folks of indigenous heritage because you can hear the message straight up. Who came up with the lyrics for that?
Credit for that really goes to our singer, Adam.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
although we all had kind of our creative input into it.
For sure.
It was a big discussion that we kind of had that kind of inspired the song, for sure.
Yeah, so Adam, who is not with us right now, he's on the way. He's en route.
He's on his way. Stuck on the Mercier, probably.
It happens, man. So joining me in studio, I have Dean Zeno, who I've been in contact with, getting us on air today.
Great to meet you in person.
Yanni Metaxas, saying it right. All right. And Evan Yee is going to be our percussionist this evening.
On the box.
And, of course, lead singer Adam is en route, and we'll be talking
Stuck
with him
on the Mercier.
Stuck on the Mercier.
It happens to the best of us, man. Right away.
Everyone around here is familiar with that.
Exactly.
Right away, yeah, man. The lyrics really stuck out to me. Good writing. Definitely the guitaring, very, very well done. What got you guys into this genre? Because what I'm hearing is a very good hard rock, which I love.
That was my first thought was this is like classic rock.
Yes.
I don't really hear this kind of stuff anymore.
Yeah. I mean, you'll hear with a lot of the other songs, every song is very different and aiming at a different genre.
Okay.
Everyone in the band likes different things. So, like, for me, I grew up on bands like Van Halen and stuff like that, and Rush. I mean, that we're literally
we
best
bonded
friends.
over Rush.
Yeah, that's like our story, you know. So that we definitely have our roots in rock and roll, but as time went on, we love everything from pop punk to metal. You know, like some songs are more on the heavier side, pop music. I mean, you know, Evan. Yeah, he was a jazz and funk drummer until he joined this band, so he definitely brings an influence to that. So it's. Yeah, it's definitely complicated sometimes because, you know, everyone likes different things. So once we agree on something that we all like, then it's like, okay, well, this is cool. You know, we all like this one thing.
For sure.
And so
the
we
middle
all
ground.
Influence.
Yeah. Sometimes I think it's nice to have a bunch of people from different genre backgrounds because when you come together, it creates something potentially new and exciting.
It's more versatility.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we're listening to your Dinner and a Show this evening. We got Memories of Tomorrow. It's a band, local band and we're going to play another one of their tunes here. This is You and I. It's K103.7. K103.7, it's your Dinner and a Show. You and I is the name of the song. The band, Memories of Tomorrow. Dennis Stacy with you along with Dave Bush. And I gotta say, we were just talking a little bit off air. That's where that pop punk influence came in.
Definitely. You know,
that could be on a radio. That could literally be on radio airplay, regular rotation.
Coming from you, that means a lot.
Yeah, it means a lot, man.
Seriously.
Very well done. We were saying a little bit. That was your radio edit too of the song, so I can definitely hear that being played.
It wasn't even like a conscious decision with a lot of our music. Like, I think one day I just sat down and wrote like a pop punk song, and then I was like, oh, it's kind of boring. And then I remember I borrowed your 12-string guitar and just kind of made this melody, which was just kind of like a loop, and that kind of just exploded and made this kind of like poppy pop punk song.
Yeah, the drum kicking into gives it that undertone of the punk behind it.
But even like in the
good old 2/4.
But even in the chorus, like the guitars are very overdriven, kind of like a metal kind of sound. So it's just this like huge blend of different influences, you know. Yeah.
Well, that's what you were saying a little bit off air too, that you have like a bunch of different genre style songs. So far, I've heard a few. Like I've listened to them in passing from what Dean has sent me. Yeah. But you definitely touched on the metal. You got the pop punk, the classic rock sound. So you're kind of mixing genres, but that's what's good about it.
It's you know, we don't really want to write the same song a million times. You know, like we kind of want to just write something that we would enjoy listening to, and that's just kind of what we do. We don't really think of like, oh, we have to write something like this. We just write, and whatever comes.
Whatever we like, you know?
Yeah.
I like that. I absolutely do. So what you got?
I believe it was Yanni who said hours into 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is a great,
I mean,
how
we
you
amount-
describe
How many
that?
hours exactly?
Oh man, I don't even know. Because this is the thing. It's like, you know, we do everything from the ground up.
Yeah.
So we write, we record, I mix, I master. Like everything you heard is all done by us.
We're very grateful for Yanni.
Yeah.
Good.
And so, I mean, just this 3 minutes, I'm just like, oh man, I spent so many hours just on drums alone, you know what I mean? Let alone all the guitars and the layers, you know, it's a lot, but it's worth it in the end, you know, it's a passion. You know?
Finding that compression, finding all that gain, that
EQ.
Don't get him started. He won't stop. He
don't
won't
stop. It don't
He'll
stop.
bore everyone listening.
That was like mix 235.
I believe
you know?
it. You're absolutely right. Well, again, 3,000 minutes into a 3-minute song just to get it, worthy of listening to. I feel that very deep in my heart.
For sure.
What got you guys started and interested in making a band? What I mean, you guys been friends for 25 years or just met? What's the deal?
Me and this guy.
We met in grade 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
I
were
was
in
in
grade
grade
7. I was in
7.
grade
He was
8.
in grade 8.
It was the weirdest encounter ever.
I jumped in front of him and complimented his Rush t-shirt.
Very
It's like,
And-
yes, and then you just kept walking. I'm like, what a weirdo.
For some reason, I knew. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, it was
we ended
festive.
up playing in jazz band together,
Yeah.
and then we started our own high school talent show band, and here we are all these years later.
Yeah,
you know?
we're just like, we're best friends, and same with this guy and
Yeah.
our singer as well.
I was a supervisor at Provigo.
He was our supervisor at Provigo.
And we ended up having a few 2-3 hour conversations about jazz and funk, me
Yes,
and
we
Dean in
did.
the back room, you know, on company hours. But, you know, it turned out pretty nice.
It worked out for
Funny,
the
the
best.
drummer's my manager, you know?
Another good bit on company hours.
Yeah, on company hours. Well,
No. It was on break time. It was on break
Yeah,
time.
it was on break. It was
hopefully
on break.
Provigo's not listening
After
right now. We're going to get into a little commercial break here. We'll come out. We're going to have a song called Save Me. It is Memories of Tomorrow. It's your dinner and a show right here on K103.7. K103.7 with Memories of Tomorrow in studio. That track, Save Me, as we mentioned a little earlier. The band been mixing in some of that metal music as well into the set list. You were just telling me a little bit off air, so it's the first time you're ever going to be able to hear that song because it's unreleased
Yeah,
as
it's
of right
unreleased.
now.
We're releasing this in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Next Friday, yeah.
All right.
So,
that
like it.
once again, that's a song I can hear being played on radio.
Thank you.
That's
Really
something you can.
appreciate
So the mixing, the mastering is very well done, but the
Thank you.
composition's coming together
Danny.
really well.
yeah, for sure. This one was an interesting one. We just like, because personally for me, I'm really influenced by like metalcore music and stuff, and I've kind of like converted all
into
these
it,
guys.
yeah.
And so, now like we just said, let's just write something really heavy, and we're probably gonna have heavier in the future as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
this one
yeah,
is
yeah.
definitely like an homage to that kind of style of music that we're really influenced by, and yeah.
This tune also lived on my hard drive for like a year before
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think we touched it. You know what I mean?
I think
So
I didn't even like it at first.
we didn't like it at first, no, but you know.
grew on us.
So yeah, it definitely had an interesting way of coming to be.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, we actually just had the singer walk in. So Adam
Say hi, Adam.
Brand Spiegel
Hello.
is in as well. If you can hear him, got a seat there. Oh. Yeah. So let's ask a couple of questions here when it comes to like band composition, music composition. How do you guys come together with it? Do we have one guy writing the lyrics, or is it a
You know,
collaborative
I-
effort?
Yeah, I wish it was just one way, but I mean, you know, like our song "Bittersweet" that actually started from Adam. He was just really into like reggae and stuff, and so
Okay.
he was like, "I have an idea," and so he had like a vocal phrase, and then we wrote a
bass
reggae
line.
song, a bass line, like
Yeah.
a reggae song around that. And
Okay.
then
Yeah.
after that, we kind of rocked it up to kind of do a different genre. You know, it could start from drums, it could start from a riff. I mean, it really starts from a million different directions, and then everyone just kind of says, "Oh, I don't like this," and then we have to change it all. You know?
That
We just kind of riff in the
happen.
basement too, you know.
Yeah,
and,
that
like,
too.
we
Yeah,
sample
jamming.
things, record it, and then
Yeah.
turn it into a song. I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
my favorite way, at least. You know.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to hear that you guys get together to create the music.
Once a
because-
week.
Yeah.
Well, once a week.
It
yeah.
needs to be
and
done.
we have to,
It
because
needs
there's been
to be
songs
done.
where it's like, you know, on recording it sounds great, but then we get in a room and it's like, it just doesn't
Yeah.
translate.
Yeah.
And we try, like, a lot of these songs, they're live. You know,
Yeah.
it's live drums, real everything. So it's like, what you hear is literally us in a room and what you would hear live. You know,
Yeah.
it's not like a auto-tune weird
Yeah.
version. You know, it's not robots. You know.
All right. Good to know. Good to know.
Again, yeah, I'm going back to the production on this. What I'm hearing, it's like this sounds, as we've mentioned a couple of times, radio friendly, and
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. Is this in a real studio? Is it in someone's basement?
That's my basement.
Is there outside production? Because
No.
this is like
Yeah, it's really well done.
Two
It's my
songs.
parents' basement and Yanni's parents'
Yeah,
basement.
for drums we do at his house.
Yeah.
And then everything else, everything from vocal tracking to mixing, mastering, it's all done in my basement.
Do you have? Did you build your own mini like?
Yeah, like home studio.
yeah,
It's
home
pretty
studio.
bare bones though. Like I don't even have like acoustic paneling in
Oh,
my
really?
thing. I just have like software that kind of like corrects the room, and then it's
Okay.
like, oh, it sounds good.
We
You know, you
make do
gotta-
with what we got.
Yeah, you know, I think now, like in this day and age, like
The
you don't
technology
need-
is-
yeah, the technology is there. You know,
Yeah, you mentioned a song. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no. Just, truth be told, I mean, it doesn't take much. You hear big bands like Bring Me the Horizon. You hear like Billie Eilish and her brother, you know, recording in a small room together. We even had the opportunity to do a little bit of recording at Planet Studios. Yanni had a friend working there, and when we were comparing our own recordings, we found what we were producing sounded better.
Yeah,
almost.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, sometimes it's just like you said. You have the technology, and you're willing to put in the hours.
yeah.
If you're willing to do that, it's gonna come out nice
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah, eventually, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. You still have to spend a bit of money. I mean,
definitely do.
I don't want
You
to
definitely
know
do.
how much I actually spent, but
Yeah.
you spend a bit.
Let's never find out.
Yeah,
No.
let's never find
I don't
out.
want to know.
You mentioned Bittersweet
Yeah.
a little earlier, so we're going to play that song right now. When we come back, we'll get into maybe some live music, hopefully.
sure.
We have
Yeah.
a little time left, so let's get into that, and then we'll come right back with Memories of Tomorrow. It is your dinner and a show on K103.7. K103.7 Memories of Tomorrow is in studio for your dinner and a show. That song, Bittersweet, right here. All right, we have the singer in studio finally, and Adam's gonna regale us with some music along with the band, who's gonna perform acoustically for us. So whenever you guys are ready, we'll jump on into something live. So take it away, guys.
All right, this one's called The Clouds.
Are you seeing what I am seeing? Is it me or all of my demons? See no meaning, got sometimes see no meaning. Trying to keep my sanity gleaming. Heart rate's right through the ceiling. Can't stop this positive believing. So you better cut that cupid. I cannot take this anymore for one day longer. I thought that when I was young that I would be much stronger. But I don't know what's stopping me now. Cause there's so much to do. Grab my head stuck in the clouds. And all I see is us burning it down. Right down, down to the ground. If you can't see, are you still alright? Stuck in the
My guitar was out of tune there. I was like, I can't play this low string. Oh my
And
god.
I forgot my own my own lyrics. in the song, so.
Sometimes the nerves, man,
I was
like
like, that's not the note. Oh no.
Well, this is Memories of Tomorrow in studio for your dinner and a show on K103.7. Very nice sounding acoustically as well. So we're kind of pumping your tires a little bit on those masters and everything, but even acoustically, very well done.
Yeah.
I love the chord progression.
Almost.
Yeah,
well,
almost. It definitely has a very
We try to do that for a lot of these songs. Like if they could translate acoustically, then probably when you amplify them and have distortion, it probably is good. You know.
That's actually really good.
Yeah, so it starts.
That's a really knowledgeable thing to say when it comes to music. So
Yeah,
Been at it for a while.
if we can't play the songs live, then there's no point in mixing them in a way that
you can't do
makes
it.
it impossible.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
Speaking of live, something we usually mention at the top of the show, it's like, in case we forget, we're out of time here. You have any upcoming live gigs?
Yes.
Yeah, so we've been like just working so hard on putting these songs together and also rehearsing. Yeah. But yeah, it's
You
something.
can also catch us at Turbo House pretty often.
Yeah.
We're there
Okay.
every other week on Saint Denis. Turbo
on
House is
Tuesday.
amazing. On Tuesday
Tuesdays
nights
for open mic night.
for open mic.
You know,
Yeah.
we've all gone. You know, the two of us or three of us or the whole band. But yeah, I mean, and we are open for any type of booking at any time. Really, we've just kind of been really focused on writing things and mixing. So yeah, I mean, if there's anything.
Where can people find you to book you if they want to get in contact?
So our Instagram is at Memo Tomo Bando. So MEMO.
Or just Memories of Tomorrow.
Just Memories of Tomorrow. Yeah, you search that up.
The dumb name we have to come up with.
Facebook as well.
Memories of
Send
Tomorrow
us
was
a DM.
taken. So
We do plan on like playing shows around May. And
Yeah,
then, like we're gonna
good.
play throughout the whole summer.
Well, that's
So,
the time to do it, right? Summer's
sure.
coming up. You can maybe
Yeah.
hit up some of these what is it, Porch Fest, things like that coming up.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Riff
We can do
Fest
that.
as well is coming up.
Yeah.
A lot of good bands there.
Good, yeah. I know there's a lot of. Maybe I can get you guys in contact with them later. But there's a lot of booking people that have been pushing some of the bands that have come through here forward. So maybe we can get you in contact with them as well. I'm going to go into a quick commercial break here. It's Memories of Tomorrow. You're listening to it here on K103.7. When we come out, we'll get a little acoustic again for you. Stick around. It is K103.7.
My thinking here, or my question is like, is there any one act or individual musician that got you thinking, I want to do that?
Yeah, what got you started? Yeah.
Individually, around the table.
Go around, yeah.
Personally, I can confidently say it was the Fly By Night music video.
Yeah?
From Rush, yeah, just Geddy Lee with that white Rickenbacker. It was just, that was it for me. And the high pitched voice. Oh yeah, the hair, the pants.
Yeah, I mean, for me, honestly, like growing up, I was never really into music, and then I had a DVD. It was Van Halen, 1983, live in Buenos Aires, and the second I saw that, I was like, Eddie Van Halen's the god.
Sold.
And like sold, like I'm in. How do I do that? You know?
The year was 2007.
Sicily, 19.
My cousin, she's a drummer, and I just started fiddling around on her drum set, and I think I spent like 2 or 3 hours in the basement alone. And at the end, I was able to do a basic like 2/4, and my parents told me I cannot buy a drum set, or they cannot buy me a drum set unless I get lessons. And so that's what I ended up doing. I hated the lessons, but it's fun to hit things. So
I'm glad you got lessons.
Yeah, I'm glad too.
yeah, for me personally, I mean, there's not really one musician that has inspired me. It's just kind of I really enjoy a wide variety of music. My parents, they were listening to a lot of like classic rock, tragically hip. That's something that actually inspired Shadows, kind of writing a song, not being indigenous myself, but having taken a lot of classes in CJEP, First People Voices class, stuff like that. So I don't know. I mean, honestly, singing has been something I've been interested in a long time. I used to have like an Elvis cassette when I was a child. Maybe that played an influence, but yeah, I mean.
Adam, have you taken any singing lessons?
I have not. No, it's something I've considered. Just to polish things up a bit.
I don't think you need. I don't think you need it. I was asking because I thought you were very polished, and usually the people who come in who are sounding very polished are coming from a theater background or some sort of singing background.
Yeah, I was in theater, but in the behind the scenes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were set building.
Set building, prop building. I was worried about forgetting my lines and having that affect my grade, so I just stayed away from that. But yeah.
All right, well, good to know. One more question too I want to ask before we jump into one of our goodbyes and our final final song of the evening. What are you guys working on? You guys mentioned that you have you're working on music right now. Is it going to be an LP? Is it going to be an EP? Is it going to be a full album? What's coming on? What's coming up for you?
Yeah, so it's definitely a full album. However, we are releasing each song individually every 2 weeks.
Okay.
A lot of people don't listen to albums nowadays, but they'll listen to singles.
Yeah.
So if we just kind of give everyone the single and then basically to wrap up the whole album, here's the last single, basically. Just give it be a good song. It's called Faking It.
One big album full of singles.
Yeah, and I mean, we're always writing, so we already have more material on the way.
Yeah.
So I
I have tons of stuff in my notes app, ready to go to put some music to.
Yeah, we're
We have
like
stuff
some songs are
recorded.
done, and we're
have
not even
100
ready to
demos.
release it. But no, we're doing that, and so once we put out this album, we're just gonna be like full on gigging, while also writing new material, and then we're gonna hopefully release more stuff.
Great. I hope to see you guys up on the socials with some spots that we're gigging.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully. We'll have to come out and see you. We're going to leave things here with a final song. We have I'm Not Perfect. Before we jump into it, first of all, I want to thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you.
Fantastic
My God,
fans.
this is a dream.
We'll have to do this again sometime down the road when we start bringing back some of the bands on air, and hopefully by then we'll have the album out, maybe some new stuff as well. You guys get to say your goodbyes, so take some time, and whoever you want to thank and say what's up to.
Yeah, sure. I mean, first of all, thank you for all of our fans. We don't have that many fans, but for all of our family and friends.
You out there.
Yeah.
We know you.
Yeah. No, but I mean, we've had a lot of support from our closest friends and family, and we just want to thank them. And we're just really excited to play music and just share that.
Anybody who interacts with any of our posts, shares stuff on their Instagram stories, comments underneath, everything helps, honestly. So it's really, really appreciated. Coming out to the gigs, paying what you can, just showing up it means a lot to us.
All right.
And thanks to you guys for having us.
Yeah, man.
Thank
like
you.
10 times over. Like
I do want to say this,
means
just
a
not
lot.
to cut you off, but keep doing what you're doing, Dean, and all of you. Reach out to folks, radio, anywhere in the music industry world. Being proactive helps so much.
Because this is really impressive stuff.
Yeah, very
Thank
good
you.
stuff.
Thank you. It means a lot. Thank you.
One last.
For sure. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad.
Thank you to all the moms and dads out there.
Love it. All right.
Every week,
Yeah. Oh my
Memories,
God, yeah.
memories of tomorrow here at K103.7. We're going to leave things here with I'm Not Perfect. Stay safe, Kapnawage. On a good way.